People built a working computer out of these dots. No chips, no code. A grid of cells and 4 rules about who lives and who dies. Watch them blink, drift, and fire off little ships, all on their own. I'm Casper Bayer. This is Conway's Game of Life. John Conway dreamed this up in 1970. It's called a game, but you never actually play it. You set up some live cells at the start and then you watch. No more input, no dice rolls, no way to win. Every cell cares about exactly one thing. The 8 squares touching it, its neighbors. All that matters is how many of those 8 are alive. Count them up, check one rule, and you know exactly what the cell does next. 4 tiny rules. Run on every cell at once. That's the entire game, and it's enough to build almost anything. Here's all 4. Watch the cell in the middle and count the live neighbors around it. 1. A live cell with 0 or 1 neighbor dies alone. 2. A live cell with 2 or 3 neighbors is comfortable and survives to the next generation. 3. A live cell with more than 3 neighbors dies, crowded out. And 4. A dead cell with exactly 3 live neighbors springs to life. So that's all of it. 2 or 3 neighbors and a live cell keeps going. Exactly 3. And a dead one wakes up. Everything else goes dark. We've seen all 4 rules. This is the part that makes them work. Every cell updates at the very same instant. Take this little row of 3. Every cell looks at the board as it is right now, not at neighbors that have already flipped. Why all at once? Watch what happens if we cheat and update them one at a time, left to right. Kill the left end. Now the middle sees just 1 neighbor, so it dies too. Then the last one falls. One at a time, the whole row blinks out. That answer is wrong. Look at them all together, frozen in one snapshot, and the row lives on. The 2 ends have just 1 neighbor each, so they die. The middle has 2, so it survives. And the empty cells just above and below the middle each touch exactly 3, so they're born. Now flip them all at once, and the row has become a column. Do it again and it flips back. That perfect all-at-once timing is what keeps it blinking. On and on forever. We've been using those exact numbers. Survive on 2 or 3, born on 3. But why those? Start 3 copies of the same soup and change only the survival rule. Let nothing survive and it flickers straight out. Let everything survive and it floods over and freezes. Conway's rule sits right in between. Too strict and life dies. Too loose and it locks up. Only in between, like Conway's rule, do patterns actually come alive. Look closer at the one that lives. Out of pure noise, real structure settles out, all on its own. Run these rules for a while, and a whole zoo of patterns turns up. Some are still lives, so perfectly balanced they never change at all. A block, a beehive, a loaf of bread. Others are oscillators. They cycle through a few shapes and start over, like this pulsar breathing in and out. And a rare few are spaceships. This glider crawls across the board, 1 step every 4 generations. And they come in different sizes. Below it, a bigger ship slides along too, moving straight across instead of diagonally. And nobody designed any of these. They were sitting in the rules the whole time, just waiting to be found. Every pattern we've seen so far settles, cycles, or sails off the edge. All of them finite. So when Conway first shared this, he put up $50 to settle one question. Could any pattern just keep growing, forever? He bet that none could. Bill Gosper answered with this beautiful contraption, a glider gun. Watch it. Every 30 generations, it spits out a brand new glider that sails away and never comes back. So the population just keeps climbing, with no ceiling at all. The growth Conway bet was impossible, and it won Gosper the prize. A handful of cells stamping out new gliders forever, and the rules behind all of it are shorter than you'd guess. A grid is a row of booleans, with a getter that treats anything off the edge as dead. Counting neighbors is the 9-cell square minus the center. And the step is the whole game in one match. A live cell with 2 or 3 neighbors survives. A dead one with exactly 3 is born, everything else dies. Into a fresh buffer, so it's all simultaneous. 3 short methods, and a whole universe runs. Count the neighbors, match the rule. But running it is the easy part. Knowing what it'll do next is the hard one. This is where the shortcuts run out. Meet the R pentamino, 5 cells, nothing more. Set it loose and those 5 cells erupt, flinging off gliders and churning up chaos nobody could have predicted. On an open, endless grid, it churns away for over 1100 generations before it finally settles down. Watch it long enough and the fury does burn out. Blocks sitting still, blinkers ticking back and forth, a few gliders sailing off for good. Nothing could have told you any of that ahead of time. For a mess like this, there's no shortcut. The only way to know is to run it and watch. There's a reason you can't predict it. Life is powerful enough to compute anything. It starts with the moving patterns. A glider moves, so it carries a signal across the grid, like a pulse down a wire. 1 when it's there, 0 when it isn't. Aim 2 of them at each other and watch. They meet and wipe each other out completely. And collisions don't only erase. Aim 2 of them just right, and they fuse into a solid block, a chunk of memory that stays put. A glider there or not is a bit, a 1 or a 0. Make 2 of them collide, and you can flip that bit. That's a logic gate, a switch. And a computer is nothing but logic gates, millions of them, with signals streaming between. People have actually built a working computer inside the game of life. They've even run the game of life inside itself. It's Turing complete. Give it enough room, and these living dots can run any program at all. So, let's bring it home. 4 rules about your neighbors. Run on every cell at the same instant. And out of that come still lifes, oscillators, gliders, guns. And, as we just saw, a computer that can run anything at all. Conway cooked it up in 1970. Martin Gardner put it in front of the world, and it launched a whole science of emergence in artificial life. More than anything, it's proof you don't need a complicated cause to get complexity. No randomness, no designer. Just a few simple rules. And the best part, you can play with it yourself. Search Game of Life in any browser. Drop in a glider or an R pentamino, and watch where it goes. From almost nothing, a whole living world. I'm Casper Bayer, and that is the Game of Life.